Good morning, everyone. It is the 29th of March, 2021, and this is my morning strategy session. So the first stock that I'm looking at right now is Tesla. I had a level, these are levels actually from Friday. And so it's kind of like day-old bread in France. If you've ever visited Paris, it's illegal to advertise fresh bread as fresh if it was made yesterday. So this is a day old. This is not a fresh trade. Same levels still apply. However, it's not a shoe-in. So 598.85 was a number that I had on Friday, and it came down close to it. Came down as low as 600.43. About was that $1.50 away from my target price. I wasn't in the office anyway to trade this thing. I left by, I don't know, 11 o'clock or something on Friday. So today it will be important to kind of keep an eye on this. So if it breaks down to 598.85, I imagine it's probably going to have lower to go. It's just that if it decides to recover 598.85, so if it dips down below, that's not going to work out very well. Pretend for a moment that it's 653. This is just for illustrative purposes. If the stock were to dip down below and then come back, retest or recover, then retest and start to move away, then 598.85 will be not an entry price, but it will be an indicator that the stock has found support and is ready to go higher, in my opinion. Okay, next up, NCTY. NCTY, there's something that bugs me about NCTY. And I was looking at this the other day and I couldn't quite figure it out. But here it is. This is an inverted cup and handle right now. And so if it breaks below this trend line right here, this downward trend line, it's toast. NCTY has a long trip down in front of it if it breaks down below that support level. So I do have a level on it today at 35.82. Right now, pre-market, it's at $38.30. And so if I take this trade, it's going to be really fast. I am only looking for a 1% bounce right here. I probably won't take much risk on it, which means 200 to 300 shares tops, and looking for the 35-cent bounce in price right here, and then I'm done with it. I doubt I will hold on to these shares for a continuation past 1%. So that's the strategy on NCTY right now. It's looking pretty weak. I'm just looking for a bounce. TME. TME is taking a huge haircut since it hit this high right here on the 23rd of March. It went as low as 49.42% from that high. That's a huge downdraft. So today, if it opened right this moment, right now, it would open at $21.66. So I have levels on it at 2029 for support. I'll probably take more risk on this one, somewhere between 500 and 1,000 shares. I'm going to stagger my orders around 2029 for a bounce. And the other strategy that I have on this is if it makes it back above $22.40, I'm looking for it to break above, come back, retest, and continue moving higher. if it could make it that far today. This is a really volatile stock, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it do both. Actually, to see it hit both of these ranges wouldn't be a surprise to me. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but it wouldn't be like eye-opening or amazing or anything. All right, small cap momentum. We have this stock UPC, Universal Pharmaceutical. The last news that I've seen on this, and there's nothing in Street Smart Edge either, is something about healthcare stocks. I mean, it's like pharmaceuticals prices. Oh, IPO at $5 a share. Okay, that's right. This is an IPO. That's right. All right. So this morning in pre-market, it's up right now like 100% or something, 133, 134%. I put a Fibonacci on it just as a guide. I will be trading according to momentum rules. There's nothing to the Fibonacci's as entries. I will only be looking at them for a guide. And what I mean by that is that suppose for a moment that it recovers $9.99 and then has like sort of a bullish bias, then I'll be looking to jump into it. Until then, though, it's if I get a momentum set up over $9.99 between these two fibs, I'll be looking for a bullish setup. It's more of a guide than it is any levels for entry. All right, and then there's BRPA. Well, this thing has some kind of recent. Here we go. This is on the 26th. NeuroRx completes phase 2B/3 data analysis of Xiaomi for COVID-19 respiratory failure treatment. Yeah, that's all those FDA hurdles. They're a big deal. I don't know. I'm not really that excited about this stock. I think the COVID-19 thing's been played out as a trade. That's my opinion. I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing pull back, all the way back to its level here, its close from Friday. Or even perhaps its high from Friday. And then catch support. There, of course, could be a momentum trade in between these levels. There's no doubt. So, I mean, if it comes down, comes up, and then breaks back to the upside, then it's an entry. But yeah, it's momentum, so you just got to keep a close eye on it. And so let's see, BRPA. Oh, I just put levels on that one. Let me UPC. All right. So yeah, that's what I have on watch essentially today for trading. The SPY, sort of the broader index, it's pulling back a little bit from a really nice run up into the close of the day on Friday. That's fine. Look at this. So the SPY ran up from roughly 390 here to as high as 396.53. Let's measure that out real quick. So starting roughly 3 o'clock, we'll just call it 3 o'clock, until we'll call it 4 o'clock, an hour. The SPY, the S&P, the SPY is a proxy for the S&P, had a 1.57% move in an hour. Usually that's really bullish. Usually, that means there are buyers coming into the market. There are, it's called the pros close. So the last hour of the day, half an hour, last 10 minutes in particular, is when the hedge funds, what do you call them? Not industrial, but the institutional players and so forth all take their positions. It's illegal, but this could have been an end of an end of month markup. There could have been, this is the last Friday of the, or last Friday was the last Friday of the month. And there are a lot of companies that will close out their books on the last Friday of the month. And so this could have been an end of month markup in order for, whoever, they're just pumping things up in order to be able to show returns, month over month performance. It's illegal to do that, but there's really no way of regulating it necessarily. It's sort of like when you see, if you do a lot of trading and you watch the level 2, and you'll see big orders, like say of 100,000 shares on some stock come in on the bid or on the ask, and then it'll disappear. It'll pop up again, it'll disappear. It's kind of like, well, I change my mind while I trade. It could be, there's somebody saying, I don't want this stock. So if there are buyers of a stock, we'll call it stock ABC, and all of a sudden on the ask, there's a 100,000 share sale on the ask, there are a lot of traders who will look at that and say, well, I'm not going to, take a trade to the long side on this stock if there's somebody trying to sell 100,000 shares. I mean, that's a lot of shares to get mopped up before we can see price go higher. And the 100, say for example, 100,000 shares is 30 minutes worth of trading, and on average on the day or something, or at that time of the day kind of thing, So it's illegal and people aren't supposed to do it, but how do you prove there isn't somebody that says, well, I'm going to sell my 100,000 shares today. Well, I think I'm going to change the price from, $15 a share to $15.20 a share because I want that extra 20 cents on 100,000 shares or something. You just don't know. This move on the SPY on Friday very well could have been, some type of end of month markup kind of behavior. We'll see. The next few days will let us know. If we get continuation off of this, then we will, see this as a strong signal. If the stock, if the SPY just kind of drifts from here to the end of the rest of the month, then you'll know there were just a whole bunch of people closing out their books in order to show performance against some kind of benchmark. There's some folks who went in and started doing some massive buying in order to run up their valuations so they can report. All right, everybody. I guess the other thing here is the VIX. So the VIX did make a new recent low, over the past 12 months here. I have 18.2 as the number for it to really, it's nice to see it below 22, and it's nice to see it below 20, but it's nice to see it below 22 in particular. What'll get me really bullish is below 18.2. I mean bullish from a trading standpoint. I don't mean bullish from an investing standpoint. And I don't think there's, a lot of upside left after Q2 of 2021 in the market. And, generally speaking, I think that there's going to be a rotation at some point starting close to the middle of the year into defensives, large cap, low beta, so on and so on. Okay, everybody. So that is the recap for the day. There's a little bit more to go over with metals and rates and stuff, but there's nothing really tradable there. So you can kind of leave it there for the day. Good luck out there today, everyone. Keep your risk tight. Click like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I will see you at the recap. Out.